For this activity, you will need 5 rectangular or square items that you find around or in your home, a ruler or some type of measuring device, and your notebook. All right, once you have located your 5 rectangular items you will be measuring, you will start to measure and sketch them into your notebook to show the perimeters of your items. So for my example, I found a tissue box from my house. I'm going to take my ruler, and we just want you to measure to the nearest centimeter or inch. It's up to you which measurement you want to use. Make sure you start at 0 and not always necessarily the end. You'll see my 0 starts in a little bit on my ruler. So the first thing I'm going to do is measure the width of my tissue box, and it is to the nearest centimeter, 12 centimeters wide. And I'm going to measure my length across the top here. The nearest centimeter is 22 centimeters. So it is a 12 by 22. So I'm going to go to my notebook and I'm going to sketch my item, making sure that I label. This is my first item, was a tissue box. Make sure we put in all the measurements, 12 centimeters by 22 centimeters. And then you need to make sure you show the formula for how you would find the perimeter of your item. Remember, there are 3 different ways you could show this. Option number 1, remember, when you're finding the perimeter, you are truly just adding up all the sides. I know that my width is 12, my length is 22, my rectangular prior knowledge tells me that opposite sides are equal. So if the left width is 12 centimeters, my right width would be 12 centimeters. If across the bottom it's 22 centimeters, that means across the top it will be 22 centimeters. So it is just 12 plus 22 plus another 12 plus 22. And if I add all of those together, I'm going to group my addition to make it slightly easier in the end. So 34 plus 34 is going to give me a total of 68. Don't forget to label centimeters. Remember, we're just doing perimeter, so they should not be squared, just 68 centimeters. Another option, remember you have 2 lengths and 2 widths, so you could show that it's your length times 2 plus, or sorry, your width times 2 plus your length times 2. So my 12 times 2 would give me 24. 22 times 2 would give me 44. And again, I'm going to add those 2 totals together. 24 plus 44 is still going to give me a perimeter of 68 centimeters. And the last way, remember, that you can look at this is if you start to add around the rectangle your width plus your length, you'll realize you're halfway around your rectangle. So you could do your width plus your length and then multiply that total times 2. So my 12 plus my 22 would give me 34. 34 times 2 would still give me that perimeter of 68 centimeters. Now, you do not need to do all 3 formulas, but you need to at least pick one formula to show for each item. So again, you need to find 5 items to measure. They can be windows, they could be sidewalk rectangles, they could be items from your pantry, but you need 5. Label each one,
sketch and label the measurements, and then show one of the formulas for finding the perimeter of each item.
Can't wait to see what you find.